Hi, everyone. Sorry for the delay in getting the webinar started. This is Judy Chandler. I'm the Director of Partnerships here at Inspire, and we are taking this opportunity to ask your questions about Inspire. I'm here with Brian Lowe, our CEO, Anthony Sheets, our Vice President of Engineering, and Sarah Ray, our Director of Research. Unfortunately, Beth McNaughton, Vice President of Community, is out sick today, so we will do our best to field those questions. Today's program is being recorded, and we will be sharing the recording with everyone within the next few days, so you can view this program again. And we will go ahead and get started by telling you all about Inspire, from security and privacy to navigation and user experience. And I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to Brian Lowe to get this program started. If you have any questions at any time, please use the control panel to send in those questions, and we will address as many questions as we can at the end of the program.
Terrific. Well, thank you. I'm pleased that you're all here today. This is Brian. One of the things that I'd love to say in general is we really appreciate hearing from all of you, and many of the features of our site are based on things we've learned from our members like you. So please don't be shy. We'd love your feedback, good and bad, and suggestions, recommendations, ideas, so that we can build those into the community. The community is always evolving and improving, and a lot of that is thanks to you. So we appreciate it. Do you want to talk about that or the previous? The goal of Inspire originally, when we began the company 12 years ago, was to create a safe online space for patients and caregivers and friends and others to gather and connect about their medical conditions. What we've learned over time is that the needs of our members are different at different sort of stages in their patient journey. And we want to be a community that can grow with you. Partnering with the Mastocytosis Society is very important to us. This is a partnership that we've invested a great deal of thought and energy in, and one that we hope will be very long-lived. And we work hard to be a good partner. They're the most trusted organization in the space, and they do a great deal of good. And I'm sure you agree that they're very valuable. It's an important partnership to us.
So this is Anthony Sheets, Head of Engineering at Inspire. Talk a little bit about our security, about how we protect your data. Whenever we make a change to our site, we have at least 3 people involved. We've got the person who writes the change. We've got a QA person who makes sure it does what it's supposed to and that it doesn't do what it's not supposed to. Then we have a third developer who reviews it and makes sure that it works correctly. So at least 3 people see every change to our site, and that includes looking at it for problems with security. We have, in the past and will continue in the future, to hire outside companies to find problems with our site, to try and break it, to try and steal data, and to date that they have not been successful. They do find small issues that we address. The internet being a cool place, it's possible for folks with free time who like to break sites to be able to do that with permission. And we subscribe to one of those sites that lets people tell us if they find a problem. We're not looking for that to happen, but we want to be able to give people a way to tell us if they do find a problem. Our security review starts at the earliest stage of thinking about changes to the site. So when somebody says, hey, we should change the site to do this, we start right then thinking about, well, can this be abused? Can this break something? We, wherever possible, encrypt member data. Whenever it's at rest, whenever it's backed up, wherever it's possible, we encrypt everything we possibly can. As an example, we ask for a password, that's always encrypted everywhere. We restrict database access. We restrict access to your data as much as possible. So, not all of our engineers get access to it, as an example. Not every system is able to get access to it. We try and use the principle of least access to do the job. And then, of course, we monitor all of our systems for people trying to do something wrong, trying to break in, and notify ourselves when somebody is trying to do that. To date, as far as we know, we have not had a problem, and we intend to keep it that way, using every strategy we have available to us.
One of the things we've always believed about member privacy is that privacy it's really about control. That is, you, the member, should be able to control what you share and with whom. And so, as part of your Inspire membership, there's a privacy controlled dashboard that you can see on this slide, where you can go and change what is shared and with whom. So you can decide, for example, that the picture in your profile can be shared only with members, or only with your Inspire friends, or public, or no one. And you can do that for each of these different things. And you can change your mind. So one of the things we feel strongly is that privacy settings should not be hard to find, or secret, or confusing. It should be really clear and easy to use and always available. Next. It's important also that you know the things that we do not do with your data. So we don't ever sell individual information about you. We don't disclose personal information to others unless we explicitly ask you and receive a yes. So if we ever ask you if you want to share something and you ignore us or say no, no means no. Another thing that we don't do, in contrast to some other large websites, is we don't let external applications connect to Inspire in order to extract your data. And that's a really key point. So data that's in Inspire stays in Inspire, and we control it. I think what I would say, in addition to all of the things that we do because they're legal, we also feel a high moral bar here. We have an ethical responsibility to keep your data safe, and we treat your data as we would treat the data of one of our own family members. It's just that important. Next. When we do research with third parties, we report data in aggregate so that the results cannot be associated with one individual. So if you're participating, again, by invitation, if you're participating in a research study and a question is asked about your health state, your answers are aggregated with those of others, and those data are reported, but we never report data in a way that would identify you. We also, in the case of research, we would never involve you in research without your consent. We would always invite you to participate. And again, if and only if you provide consent and indicate that you want to participate, do you do it. One of the things we feel strongly about is that the goal of research is to accelerate medical progress and to ultimately create a lot of good, to help find treatments and cures and other ways to help. So we think research is very valuable. We appreciate it. We think it's wonderful when our members choose to participate, but there is zero obligation or pressure to participate. It's completely up to you. You can also change your mind. You can say no to this one and yes to another one. And that's a decision you control.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah. We'd like to answer a couple questions about how we use the data. We received a question about how we use the data we collect. So if a person belongs to a certain community or they share a health interest with us, they may receive an email from us. And that email would say something along the lines of there is a research opportunity because we know that you belong to this site. It's only on behalf of us. So the sponsors of the research would never know that who we're sending any of these emails to or any of these contacts to. And of course, if you do not want to receive these emails, we make it very simple to unsubscribe from them. And once you tell us one time you're not interested, you will never receive another email again. When we send emails for things like surveys or research opportunities, we share that data in aggregate and de-identified form with clients. And what aggregate means to us is that it has 11 data points or more, which is HIPAA compliant. It's always de-identified, so it cannot meet PII. There's no PII in it. And then finally, the only time your email address may be shared with anyone outside of Inspire is with a community nonprofit partner, such as the Mastocytosis Society. If your email is shared, it's done in encrypted format, and the community nonprofit partner signs a DPA with us. Hang on, I'm so sorry, there's an Amber Alert where I am. Hang on. I'm back. Again, I'm sorry, my cell phone was going off until I told it I saw the alert. Additionally, the community partner signs a DPA, which is a data protection addendum. It ensures that all email addresses will be protected and used appropriately according to the General Data Protection Regulation Standards, which is GDPR.
Okay, I think a question came in. Do we want to take that question?
It was about...
a question came in from a participant who asks, the question reads, so can you share our information if our email address is shared with TMS? If I understand the question correctly, I just want to make clear we would never ever share your email address with any other party unless we were to ask you and receive your explicit permission. It's very rare that we would even do something like that, and we would never do it unless you explicitly told us to or granted permission to. I hope I answered the question. If not, feel free to send another. Okay. Health profiles are, should I take this one? Yeah, health profiles are a new feature that we've built recently, and the idea here is to ask you questions which again are optional. And if you answer these questions, the goal is to be able to connect you with other members, or give you the ability to discover other members who have also answered these questions, and to sort of get to know them. Again, it's an optional feature, but the goal really came out of the fact that many of our members told us that they would like to discover other members who have some of the same subconditions of the medical condition that they have. I think we've also been asked a question here about whether the health profiles can be hidden or removed. If you can hit the snooze button and snooze it for a month, you can also skip questions. And so, we really don't want it to be annoying. We hope that we're doing the right things here. We would love continued feedback here. This is a feature that's under active development currently, and we're improving it, every week. So your feedback here is especially useful because we'll probably incorporate your ideas into the feature as we build it.
Okay. We did have a question about tagging. We thought it was a great suggestion that you might want to be able to tag another member so that they're alerted to, possibly weighing in on a post, responding to a post. So we are discussing this possible feature in a way that would be private, and so the person that was tagged, would know that they were tagged. So we're looking into whether or not this is something we can implement. So thank you for making that suggestion. So moderation and help desk. Beth's team runs a moderation and help desk 24/7. At any time, you can contact the help desk at inspire.com/help or by emailing team@inspire.com. And one of our 7 staff members will get back to you, and they are happy to get on the phone and call if you're having, problems using the site, registering for the site. They're here at any time to support you, so please don't hesitate to use that service.
Occasionally people have trouble registering for Inspire. So if you, hopefully this doesn't happen, and we have a lot of experience with troubleshooting and helping. this is an area, again, where we really want to help you. Our help desk is here for that purpose. And so if you send email to team, T-E-A-M, @inspire.com, we'll reach out to you to help. You can also give us your phone number if you'd like us to call. Otherwise, we can do it by email. And I'm sure that we can solve your problems quickly. This also applies to learning how to use the site and to navigate it. We've created some video tutorials and other things to help demonstrate how to use the site. Our goal is for it to be really, really not confusing. And if you find it confusing, that's helpful to us to know so that we can change things so that it's not confusing. So if you have feedback for us, please give it to us. We genuinely want to know so that we can make things better.
We received another feature recommendation, as well as a request to stop getting post notifications. So we love the idea of giving you more notifications, and we are working on that, as well as if you, let's say you join a post or a discussion thread or a journal thread and you are getting a lot of emails that you don't want to get, you can click on the following link below the date and timestamp on the post, and you will stop getting those notifications. So another member mentioned that they felt like when they posted on Facebook, they were getting responses more quickly, that they were getting more responses. And this group has only been around for a few months, so we are not surprised to hear that. And if we get as we grow, you will get more responses and get them more quickly. We're always working on ways to make it easier for you to engage with the community, and we are working on features right now that, such as, notifications, so you will know to come in and reply to posts. So that will just happen naturally over time as we grow the community.
One of the questions that's come up about is, in Inspire, you have the ability to make posts public or members only. And I think the default is public. And the reason the default is public is because most Inspire members discover the community first through a search on Google or elsewhere, and only public posts can be searched. So that's why they're public by default. However, we're completely fine with you changing that to private or to members only. And if you change that, that's fine. But you do have to remember to change it. And so some people have said that they're wondering how to remember to change something to private. And what I would say here is that it just becomes a habit. And if you ever accidentally post something publicly but want to change your mind, this is something we will fix for you. Just send a note to team@inspire.com or within the site, and we'll change it for you right away.
And we can change from shared with the public to shared with members, but we would never change a post from shared with members to shared with the public.
Right.
And we have a question about moderation, who moderates the group. So that's a great question. The help desk here at Inspire, we moderate for behavior, spam, anything related to that. Our goal is to allow the Mastocytosis Society to be the experts on your condition. And so I know Jan's team is going in and answering questions related to the condition, and we are focused on keeping the peace. I don't know if anyone has anything to add to that.
Yeah, Inspire is not trying to be Facebook. We're trying to be a health-focused site where everything is about health, and part of that is about privacy, and part of it is about allowing you to use a pseudonym, so you don't have to use your real name unless you want to. Also, the goal of Inspire is to accelerate medical progress and to send you invitations to participate in research and to connect you with other patients and caregivers who sort of know what you're going through. And that's why we're different from Facebook. I think we all use Facebook, but a lot of our members say that they appreciate having their health data in a space that's designed for health.
One other sorry if this was mentioned already. One other very important thing that separates us from Facebook is there is always a human employee between member data and any outside party. There's no automated way to get information out of our system by a third party.
That's right.
And we do have another question.
Someone asked whether for this community, the default setting for posts could be changed to members only. This is where I wish we were actually having a conversation on the phone. Maybe I'd be happy to talk to you on the phone sometime if you reach out to me. My email address is brian@inspire.com. But the answer is this. We're worried that many people who discover the community through search would not discover it if posts weren't public. Now, again, you can change something to private, but the concern is that if the default were private, fewer posts would be public and fewer people would discover the community. I understand there's a trade-off there, and I'm really happy to talk about it in depth. And I can give you some examples of how we've thought about this in the past. But I understand that there's some nuance here, and so we should talk about it. I'm happy to.
Thanks, Brian and Anthony and Sarah. We've had a few questions come in, and we went ahead and took them during the presentation. Let's give everyone a few minutes in case you have any additional questions that you would like to submit.
Yeah, and feel free to reach out to us anytime by email. We would love to talk. And just to reiterate, the community exists because of you, and we want to make it a place that you love and enjoy being a part of. And we want to continue to make it better with your participation. So thank you very much, and thanks for joining us today.
It looks like that's
it.
it for questions. So I want to reiterate our appreciation for your support for this community and for joining us today. And, definitely do not hesitate to reach out to us with any specific questions. And we will go ahead and share recording so you can send this out to the rest of your audience.